Interview with Roseann Baker.
Community Advisory Panel.
6:15.
Chesapeake started this Community Advisory Panel, and what this panel is supposed to do...
This is about Chesapeake Gas.
Well, it's a panel made up of people from the community. Although the majority of the people on the panel are actually from New Martinsville. They're not people who are actually directly affected as the residents out here are. There's about 5 of us that sit on the panel. That's the county commissioners, or some of them on the panel, when they bother to show up. But it's supposed to be where we can go and air our issues and our concerns. But it basically has turned into a Chesapeake PR program. You know, they get to do all the talking, and they rarely ever let us actually speak. I'm very forthright and very, I can be very pushy. And so I usually interrupt and just, that's the only way you can get anything, you know, a word in edgewise with these people. And so I'll just interrupt and tell them, you know, things that my concerns or concerns. Like yesterday, we, for example, this is an example. We had a gentleman come out yesterday. Bonnie is, my sister-in-law, is selling some horses. And he came out to look at the horses, and he's not from this area. And when I spoke to him today, he followed a pipe truck into New Martinsville yesterday, well, part of the way. But when this tractor trailer stopped to let some cars pass him, this gentleman got out of his car and ran up to this truck driver and told him his load of pipes was coming loose. And the truck driver's reply to him was, they won't come off, but if they drag on the ground a little bit, it won't hurt anything. So Tony was kind of concerned, so he stayed back away from this truck as he's following it. They go less than a mile, and one of these pipes rolls off the truck and down the highway. If he would have been up in a normal position where he normally would have been, it would have hit him. This is not the first time this has happened. I mean, it's like an everyday occurrence out here. It's like you learn to drive defensively. Because if not, you know, so far none of us have been killed. There's been a lot of accidents. I mean, numerous accidents. I've had my mirror ripped off my Jeep. You know, a tractor trailer.
I guess it's a very small road out here.
Yes.
And I'm sure it's not meant to carry those kinds of loads.
What you saw today, those roads used to be in pretty good shape, really good shape. They weren't, all those potholes that you came across were not there until this all started. Basically, our Department of Highways has turned these roads over out here to Chesapeake. And they let Chesapeake handle the repairs and upkeep and maintenance on these roads. The DOH rarely ever comes out here. And these used to be blacktop roads, or at least tar and chip. Now they've turned them into dirt roads. Macedonia Ridge, where they're doing a lot of drilling. It used to be a chip and tar road. Now it's completely dirt.
Is that close to here?
Yes. Yeah. There's Brock Ridge. They're using it as an access road to come from Route 7 onto Route 89. It's totally destroyed. I went across it this winter, and in my Jeep, which I have like 11 inches of clearance, I was dragging. The ruts, the mud was, you know, all the way across there. You know, it's just mind-boggling that, you know, that our county commissioners, we went clear to the state level. We have been to Charleston, you know, and talking to our senators, our representatives, and we basically get nowhere. You know, some of the members of the Wetzel County Action Group have been going down and talking to the Department of Transportation, safety regulations, such as this pipe coming off yesterday. You know, getting these drivers to check these loads, because when you're on these roads out here, and these roads are so rough, those binders that they have them chained down with tend to come loose. These drivers, I mean, we see stuff on the road all the time. It's like a war zone. You know, landmines on the road. You got to watch so you don't run over something, because there's always some type of piece of something on the road that's come off their trucks, and they just drive on and leave it. You know, if they even notice that it came off. Quality of life has went from, on a scale of 1 to 10, from 10 to about 2. I grew up here. This my family's been here for over 200 years. And I have my horses that I ride, and I'm extremely limited now as to where I can ride, that I'm not getting into traffic. Even on this little road here, last summer, a friend of mine came out, and we were going out this road here on the horses, and here come one of their trucks barreling around a turn and nearly hit us. This guy was from Texas. I mean, he come really close, you know. It's not safe. We can't take our horses on the road. Friends of mine don't come out here and ride horses with me anymore. Even though they have nowhere to ride, they're afraid of this traffic, which I don't blame them. And so they don't come out here to ride with me anymore. And I had a lot of friends who came out here. I had friends almost every week, every weekend. Their days off, they're out here to ride with me. Not anymore, because they're afraid, and the condition of the road, you know, tearing their horse trailers up. We do, in the fall, we do an annual trail ride. A friend of mine died a few years ago from breast cancer. And we've been doing trail rides for like 20 years. And we've always done them for St. Jude's, Make-A-Wish Foundation. We've done them for various charities. And now, since Chesapeake, the oil and gas has come in here, we do it. My friend who died from breast cancer, we started an organization called Deb's Gang of Hope. And we raise money, and we give to cancer patients in Wetzel County to help pay with expenses that their insurance doesn't cover. Like we give them gas cards to get to their treatments. One lady, we help pay her way to the Mayo Clinic for treatment. And normally, in past years, we would have anywhere from 60 upwards to 100 riders would all trailer in here from all over, and we did our trail ride. The last 2 years, we're down to 35 or 40 because people were afraid to drive, and the condition of the roads out here. They don't want to pull their horse trailers.
Yeah.
Last year, I asked Chesapeake, which on this Saturday, if they would, between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., if they would stop their trucks, to let my horse trailers come through, to try to work with us, so that I could tell my riders, okay, you can come out, it's going to be safe because they're going to stop the trucks for these periods of time, so the trailers can come through, and they wouldn't do it. They wanted me to try to get all of my horse trailers together in one spot and then bring them in all at one time, which is impossible to do because you have people coming from all over. We have people that come from the southern part of the state, from Pennsylvania, from Ohio, and this is the main road coming into here. And they couldn't, it turned into basically they were going to work with us to the extent that they could.
Yeah.
And so it hurts us. It's hurt our organization because now we're making less money. We used to make anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 on this one day. Last year it was down to 3, less than 3 actually. It's like 28. So it's had a huge impact.
Yeah.
On my life. As far as the things that I do and how it's affected me. We limit taking our horses places because we don't want to meet this traffic. We've had a couple of incidences where I have met these trucks and they've tried to run us off the road, or they want us to back up, or they want us to move over in a spot where I know the road's not safe to just to pull over on. And I carry CB in the car to try to keep up with where they're at and to let them know that, especially if we have the trailer, that we're coming. It has totally changed our life, and the stress that comes with us, the aggravation. I get phone calls from people almost every day with, they had this incident or they had that incident. Could I report this to Chesapeake? Because I seem to have been made into an intermediary. People call me, and then it's like, okay, we want you to call and report this for us. So it's a lot of stress that I didn't have before in my life, and I don't want.
Yeah.
But it's been forced upon me, and somebody has to do it.